on that, the National Assembly or any of their members, as far as I'm concerned, is never to be trusted. They are not worth our kind of trust in this country. So for him, yes, he may try what he wants to do and come out with his own pushing for them to criminalize it. Mind you, it's just one person in the house. What about the northern caucus that these things definitely are going to work against? Because so many government officials, as we are aware at this moment, are supporting and also sponsoring terrorism apart from the negotiation. So will they also sit and watch him put their leaders into a criminal situation like that? They will definitely argue it, or it could be an argument until the tenure is over. So him saying within 6 months, within that 6 months, if Trump really wants to declare Nigeria as a country of particular concern, the war over terrorism will almost be over, because America is not like Nigeria where they will pamper with them. With few days strike and seriousness, I'm sure those people will go back and then we have a rethink, because they are not going to joke with them. 6 months is too much. If at all they mean business, how will you take 6 months to make a law that will criminalize negotiation with terrorism? This is 6 months is too much. They say when it comes to borrowing money, does it even take them 2 sittings? So why take a whole lot of 6 months for him to be able to bring that law? So for me, we've never taken them seriously, and I will not take them seriously, particularly for the fact that he wants 6 months. 6 months for what? So that's my take on it.
Okay, so while you were talking, you made mention of if Trump comes to Nigeria and, of course, carry out a threat like he has actually said he would, that the thing, the insecurity will become a thing of the past. Why are you so sure of this? Why are you very sure that this would actually be dissipated before 6 months, like you said?
Yeah, America is a very serious country, and while we are not expecting them to come and start fighting in our forest, I believe if they want to act in Nigeria, they will act in a way that is going to bring down insecurity. The fact is that they have made a statement and the world is watching. And Trump is not someone who will make a statement and go back on it. America is not a country that will make a statement and play around that statement. So while we are not expecting them, even if they have to come boots down on the ground, and we are sure if they mean it, they are going to stamp out these terrorists, because they know where they are, they know where they stay. And so they are not like coming from the space that they will just enter into Nigeria and disappear into space and you wait for them again to come. So I'm very sure they will do something within these 6 months. And he is very sure that America is a debate that is going on in America every day, much more than we are debating it here in Nigeria, because it's a concern to them, particularly the killing of Christians, because they cannot dissipate Christians from Nigeria. Nigeria is a Christian country. Nigeria is an Islamic country as well. And so one religion will not take prominence over the other. We have other religions in Nigeria that they also have the right to practice what they want to practice. So while with terrorists, Islamic terrorists come to stamp out Christians in Nigeria in like if they are having a jihad on the country. So that's my stake. America will surely come in, and I'm sure they will come in. They may not come boots on ground, but certainly they are going to put measures in place that will make us know that, yes, America has spoken. So when they speak, any other country they are talking about will take them seriously.
Okay, if I can hear you correctly, you're actually applauding, and you're applauding Trump coming down to Nigeria to do the needful. I will get back to you, but let me come to the studios. Dr. Peter, we know that ransom negotiations, it's the order of the day. And we also know that the reason for all of these negotiations sometimes is because of the state's inability to rescue victims. So why is it that can government actually criminalize ransom negotiation without addressing the failure that has actually caused the negotiation in the first place?
The issue is this: what Benjamin Kanu is just saying is just mere talk. Understand? Rhetoric. So because when you are in government, you feel that you know, others don't know. Others don't know. What that's by giving you 6 months, it's just to deceive you. It's just to deceive you. This is November. 6 months is almost April or May of next year. By then, campaign has started. So who will be in the National Assembly that will do all this? You know, these guys think that they are fast. Understand me? Or that that they know something. One, assuming that this bill is even brought to the National Assembly, it will not go beyond the second reading, because all of them are involved. All of them are involved in this negotiation. Just imagine what Bayo Ononoga tweeted, that DSS sent a message to the bandits and they released the 38 worshippers in Kwara. DSS sent a message, which means DSS had their number. Do you understand that? DSS had their number, they sent a message, then DSS said, okay, the kidnappers said, go. Understand? So that they don't reason before they talk. That's my anger. He doesn't know the implication of that statement. DSS having the numbers of bandits. You have their number, you should allow them to be operating. They first of all kidnap, cause panic. That's to families. Understand? Cause families before you now send message. Release those people and they will obey you, because you buy guns for them. So this shows you, for me, he just wants to talk because he is feeling ashamed. Understand? He is just trying to kind of gather momentum. Understand? Because all the promises that he made, he's with Tinubu, he has talked with Tinubu. Tinubu has promised him of releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Understand? He is number 6. He is number 5. So he's just trying to kind of build a self-confidence. And he doesn't even know all the way to go about it. And you want to pass that a law as important as insecurity, you are giving yourself 6 months. This shows you how unserious they are from A to Z. So for me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even worth us talking about it. It is a waste of time.
Okay, but do you really think that outlawing negotiation, do you think it would push kidnappers toward more violent tactics, if at all this happens and negotiation is outlawed?
The issue is this. It cannot be out. That law can never see the light of day in the country, because it is going on a daily basis. All strata of government is involved. Local government is doing it. State is. You heard what Erufai said, that Kaduna State government paid 1 billion. So, and the Sheikh Gumi is the negotiator in chief. So, do you want to throw Sheikh Gumi into the unemployment market? The answer is no. So it's just a waste of time.
Okay, let's come to you, Kinane. Are there mechanisms? Do you think that some mechanisms should exist to hold security agencies accountable for failed rescue missions? because we've had so many failed rescue missions in the country. And of course, we just had one recently. They said they rescued people, and then we can't even see any of the bandits who was apprehended, or we didn't even see any of the bandit who was killed. But some persons say some rescue missions were, as in some persons were rescued. So, what are there? Should there be mechanisms? Can there be mechanisms to hold security agencies accountable when rescue missions fail in the country?
Yeah, let's look at this narrative. For me, there has never been any failed rescue mission in the country. What we have been witnessing is their own narrative to deceive Nigerians. If the military wants to go for rescue, certainly they will rescue Nigerians. Like we have said, a good number of the National Assembly members or reps and are part of this, their so-called banditry. They are the ones who are the administrators of the operations. They are the ones who will come out with their own narrative for us to hear that there has been an effort by government. In reality, there has never been any failed rescue. I'm sure the military knows what to do if they are given the free hand to go for rescue or even ensure security within the region. Because they are benefiting from it, they try to restrict them from doing their duty as trained soldiers of this country. When it was time for them to go and do rescue missions abroad, they went and they succeeded. Is it here in Nigeria that they cannot succeed if they are given the free hand? So the narrative they are telling us just to deceive us. In reality, we have heard statements by a lot of military officers how they are being controlled from taking out actions. In fact, we are all aware, it's all available on the social media for some of those officers who refused to do their bid, how they have punished them. Some of them were even court-martialed. Some of them were even threatening to sack them from the army. And so you will see that everything you are saying now is, in fact, for Nigeria, let's understand one thing. It is only the declaration of Trump that has made us feel that something is happening in this country. They have done worse than this before, and nothing happened. But just because of that declaration, that the president has decided to make a very strong statement and even cancel his own movement. Otherwise, we've seen situations where kidnapping was going on, even went as close as few kilometers from that place, was not able to go there to console the people who were killed, the shooting that was done in those churches. So what are we talking about? Why should we trust them? They are a kind of people that do not deserve our trust anymore. We've lost hope in them. And the only thing we are looking forward to now is what America can do to save Nigeria. Otherwise, all their intention is to Islamize Nigeria by force, to ensure that they keep attacking people, attacking churches. And then whenever you see kidnapping like this, is when their money is not coming in, they will kidnap those people, take them into the bush so that people like Gumi will come and negotiate for billions for them. After all, we should be asking ourselves, what is the role of Gumi? What is his role? Is it a special, on any special assignment by the government that he will be negotiating with the bandits, sitting among the bandits, throwing his legs and feeling so excited? And government has done nothing about it. Rather, they will look at innocent person who is demanding for his right, and that's the one they will be keen on engaging. So we have the issue of the government. We have the issue of the military on its own part, because most of those head of services are the people who are pushing the jihad indirectly, not knowing that their position as officers has put them in a place of neutrality. But now they are pushing ahead of their religion because they just want to believe it's religion that will make the difference. Imagine the statement by one of them recently that Nigeria has failed us and we should just believe in our God to save us. If we have to believe in our God to save us, yes, our God will send a helper. and we think that the helper is available now. So I don't think there's any measure you can put in place if there's no sincerity in the leaders of these troops, the people who are in charge of these commanders of this troop. If there's no sincerity in them, there's no measure you can put in place that will ensure that we do not have failed rescue anymore. We'll continue to have failed rescues as long as they are not sincere to the duty that has been given to them by government.
Okay, and before I come back to the studio, you made mention of something while you were talking. You said the soldiers or the military have not been given free hand. Can you speak on that? What makes it why do you think, or why did you say that the military hasn't been given free hand to operate?
Yeah, it's obvious to all of us. It is just of recent that the president and the commander-in-chief has been able to come out with very strong statements that they should be able to apprehend the terrorists and then make sure they are all apprehend the terrorists and make sure that any form of terrorism is curbed down. Long before now, he's been in office for over 2 years now. Have we had such statement from him? No. And so I feel that what they were doing was just deceiving the masses, camouflage. And I've also said that there have been testimonies from officers who came from those regions telling us how they have been prevented from going deep into the forest or even releasing them when they are caught. We are also aware of situations where very tough members were arrested and they would be released either under the pretext that they escaped. How would they be escaping from prison when we know that these people are criminals and you tell us that they escaped? Is it not a deliberate attempt? So if people keep escaping from our prisons, then what is the prisons there for? For me, they are only jeopardizing the life of those soldiers, particularly soldiers from the west and the southern region of this country. And if you have interaction with them, you will see that most of the time that they want them to go into the forest where they will be they'll wait for them along the road, and mostly when they are in command of those tough officers from the southern part of the country, you will hear that they have been ambushed because they will relate information to them. How will they ambush soldiers and you will tell me that they are giving free will or free hand to go and stem out terrorism? So based on all this one, you will know that they are not giving any free hand. What they are doing is just letting the people to feel that yes, they are fighting terrorism. Rather, they are only putting the life of these people in danger. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's come back to the studios. Dr. Peter, shouldn't the focus be on preventing kidnapping rather than regulating the response to kidnapping?
Well, Nigeria, we are reactionary in nature. We are reactionary in nature because when you are reactionary, there's always money to be made. Do you understand me? There's always money to be made, and that's part of corruption. Understand? You see a building that is defective, you have to first of all wait for it that to collapse on people before you now come for evacuation, so that people will bring money and other things. So on the you ask a question of soldiers and free hand. I have been to many different barracks and witnessed the way the rigors of their training, which these bandits would not even have up to 10% of it. So do you understand me? I have gone to different barracks and see the way these guys train. So if you give them a chance, say, go and wipe these people up, they will do that under 1 month. The bandits, the terrorists have no training anywhere. They have no facilities for training. Why they are still operating is because of two things. Emotion. Some people are sympathetic to them and they are releasing information to them. Two, corruption. Some people are benefiting from this war that is going on. Because if the war stops, or the money being budgeted will also stop. So they will not want the sugar in their mouth now to dry up. And not that the Nigerian soldiers don't have what it takes to wipe them off in a month. They cannot withstand the firepower of Nigerian soldiers. So why they are still operating is because of interest. The other time somebody say that these people that you want to kill are our brothers, they are our fathers, they are this and that. That's showing sympathy for them. And not now forgetting the families that they have wiped out. Understand? I know families that used to be 7, 8, they are now just 1, 2 in a whole family. So they are not sympathizing. That's what Gumi said, that she doesn't care about the victims, that his concern is the attack. That he doesn't care about the victims, that his concern is the attack, that the attack will make things worse. So families who have been wiped out, no sympathy for them. So that is, and the question whether who is Gumi representing. We know that a governor cannot direct an officer, understand, or that's in the army, understand. The command, the order will always come from the headquarters. Then for soldiers to be accompanying Gumi to go and negotiate, which simply means that order is coming from the headquarters, that those soldiers should accompany him. If not, there's no way a Nigerian soldier will just follow Gumi into the bush. So you can see what's happening everywhere is compromise, is corruption, is sentiment. And the only savior that you have is America.
But should someone like Gumi be allowed to walk freely?
Because of the geopolitical zone, that he is geographically correct. And that's why he can say anything and get away with it.
What do you mean he's geographically correct?
Because of where he came from. What he's saying, I cannot say it.
So you're saying because he's a northerner?
Because of the part of the country that he come from. You remember the day that Gumi said you was telling Nigerian soldiers, don't provoke the bandits. Do you understand? I cannot tell Nigerian soldiers, don't provoke IPOB. They will arrest me immediately. So he is geographically correct. And once you are geographically correct, whatever you become untouchable.
But should that be the case?
There are difference between how things are and how things are supposed to be. That's how things are in Nigeria.
Okay, let's move on to our next conversation for tonight. The Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives has formally urged President Bola Tinubu to grant a presidential pardon to Nnamdi Kanu, the convicted leader of IPOB. The lawmakers say releasing him would open a space for broader engagement among the federal government, elected leaders, and community stakeholders, a step they see as vital for long-term peace in the region. They argue that his continued detention has escalated tension in the Southeast, causing social disruption, economic strain, and fear, and that a political solution grounded in Section 175 of the Constitution would signal inclusiveness, healing, and national unity. Meanwhile, Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi has thrown his weight behind the notion of clemency, but with a caveat. Gumi said he would personally lead calls for Kanu's release if the IPOB leader sincerely shows remorse and publicly calls for peace. He noted historical precedents pointing to past amnesties granted to controversial figures, and argued that a non-kinetic, dialogue-first approach to Nigeria's security challenges could yield more sustainable results. Yeah. Okay. Let's come to our virtual guest. Kinan, are you still with us? Are you still with us? Okay, we lost connection with him. Hopefully, he'll get to rejoin us during the show. Let me come to you, Dr. Peter. This presidential pardon that the reps are calling for, do you think that is the way to go?
Well, first of all, the Southeast caucus in the House of Rep, who signed on the statement.
Okay.
It's a question I'm asking.
Okay.
Huh?
I don't know who signed the statement.
Was it signed at all?
I don't know. I will check.
Okay, so that shows you the cowardice in these people. The issue is this, but what he should have known is that those things that they are talking about is what those who jailed Nnamdi Kanu want. That states that those House of Reps members are talking about social and economic destruction is exactly what they want. Understand? They want the seat at home to continue. They want the insecurity in the southeast to continue. They want the social disruption to continue. So the sentence is not just, the target is not Nnamdi Kanu, it is Igbo people. It is Igbo people. And because they know that if Nnamdi Kanu is set free, the sit at home will come to an end. Because there will be no need of anybody calling for sit at home on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu is free. So, and they know how many billions that are being lost every Monday in the southeast. That is exactly what they want, so that Southeasterners will continue to be losing that the money. Well, his lawyers has gone for an appeal, and since they have jailed him, he is now qualified for presidential pardon and amnesty. So, if they want to pursue the amnesty, fine and good. Then let his legal team continue with the appeal. But what those that jailed him want is that disruption, social and economic disruption in the southeast, and that is the main reason why they jailed him. So the target is not just Nnamdi Kanu, but to get at the Igbo people. But I thank God that on the 20th, they were disappointed, because they had hoped that immediately Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced, there will be violence in the southeast, so that they will have the opportunity of shooting people, which did not happen. So I commend the Southeasterners for their maturity and calmness, and I pray that they will continue that same way, because it shouldn't be falling into the trap of your enemies.
Okay, The communique was issued at the end of the meeting, and it was read by Ebony, one of the lawmakers.